Hey guys and girls, Nathan here from the Be Invested headquarters, and today I want to take you for a little walk back through memory lane to the year 2000. At the time, Silverchair was the #1 band out there. There was a song and some anthems about it, and just random stuff. It was a different time to where we are now. It was a time before anyone had a mobile phone, time before that we had social media, time before the internet was popular. No one had an email address or a mobile phone number, or they knew how to text. They didn't know what a selfie was at that point in time. It was a very different world to where we are today. But as things evolve, we've got to evolve and things got to change. You just need to work around the world and the environment that you're living in. And over the course of the last 12 months, I've been talking about a thing called a GFD, the Global Financial Depression. And I want to look at the similarities as to the Y2K bug and the GFD. So, back in the Y2K, there was some people that sat there with a tinfoil hat on thinking that the whole world's going to stop, cars are just going to suddenly stop on the road, your food's just going to go off, the water's going to stop coming out of a tap, etc, etc, because if you're too young and you don't remember what the Y2K bug is, in essence, when the time of the computers went to 99, it reverted back to 00, and some of the computers could have had an issue, and it became a big thing, and everyone had to upgrade the computers, and they thought, well, maybe if the computers that run the water supply, or the food supply, or the shipping supply, or the petrol supply will stop, it was a big fear. People had all these fears. Being aware of it is important because you can go and plan for that. So if there was a potential that something did stuff up, then would you have 2 weeks worth of food there? Would you have, water, food, amenities, electricity, something to give you a power source and stuff? And probably about 5 years ago, I was walking through a suburb in Western Sydney, and I saw in a shop, I don't know why, I was standing there looking in a shop. I think I was having a smoke at the time and looking in the window and eating some food or something, and I saw in the window there's a generator, and it was like a generator where you put petrol in it, it puts out power, and on the side of it had this big sticker, and it said Y2K compliant, and I nearly spat my food out just looking at it. And it's kind of funny now because people were so convinced that even putting petrol into a petrol engine, that, oh, is this thing going to be lasting on the Y2K? Because it was like end of days, Independence Day or whatever. And a lot of people went into hiding and into captivity and thought that it was end of times. A lot of people just got on with the day, didn't even think about it, were oblivious to it. And then there were some people that knew what it was. They sort of prepared, they took advantage of the situation, and they made things happen. And I look at it now where we've got, we're on the eve of a financial crisis, and I make no hiding it. I just say things as they are, and I try to be as candid as I can be on these fronts. But I want to also look at it and think and talk about the fact of how I see it, because going back 10 years ago, I quit my job during the GFC at the age of 24, and a lot of people were losing their jobs. I was resigning and throwing away a six-figure salary at the time because I just didn't want to do my job anymore, because I saw I had more potential out there. And I look at this market we're at the moment, and the opportunities are there, right? We're in the time where the opportunities are. Is it something you should be scared of, the GFD? Is it going to mean that the planes are going to drop out of the sky, or that suddenly there's going to be no petrol in the cars or anything like that? It is a possibility, but does it mean that you should just stop living your life, and does it mean that you should just be oblivious of it? And that's why I've been very open about it, trying to share my knowledge and my research. I've shared it over the course of the last 12 months via my mentoring program, which is a raw and uncut mentoring program, which is a link to the description. I'm not trying to shamefully promote my wares on that, but the one thing I realised at the end of 2018 was that the most sophisticated investors that I've ever worked with came through that mentoring program because they understood how the system worked and what was happening out there in the financial markets. And it's still very, very relevant today, and the mentoring program is still going. But looking at it, I look at the opportunities that are out there. We are in a time of untapped opportunities right at this point in time. Once we see, you can go watch the news is wrong. It's constantly wrong. I've been a part of the media for the last 15 years. I've seen how they manipulate things, how they push things, how they, position things, or, when it's good to get him on and when it's not good to get him on, and all those sorts of things, because there's agendas out there that are pushing that are greater than what we look at on a day-to-day basis. But we're looking at a market, most people are scared, they're fearful, all that sort of stuff, very similar to what happened back in 98, 99 and 2000 with this Y2K bug. And it passed and everything was okay on that occasion. But if you had have not bought property, not done this, not done that, not done the next thing, and look back 20 years later, you'd probably give yourself a big kick up the arse because you didn't take action because you thought it was going to be the end of the world. And my point being today, looking at the GFD, is that we're on the eve of that, right? You want to make sure that whilst no one's buying a generator, while no one's buying this or buying that or buying the next thing, you want to be able to go there and pick them all up on the cheap, because tomorrow they're still going to work, there's still going to be a market for it, and there's still going to be an opportunity. And looking at my investing, I've never been more bullish on investing in different types of markets. Some markets, when I say markets, I'm using the whole financial landscape. I'm from a company that I built called Be Invested. It's never been called the Be Property Company or anything like that. It's Be Invested because we're an investment firm. And we look at investments at all different markets. We understand how financial markets work globally, nationally, and the opportunities that lay throughout each of those markets with a longer term view, and opportunities of minimising risk and maximising those returns out there. So have I been still acquiring property in 2018 and 2019? Just before Christmas, only a month ago, I went and bought 2 properties, and I plan on purchasing over 25 in 2019. I've already got a few under the way, and also looking at developing some of my properties. So am I still doing the same things I did 10 years ago? No, it's constantly tweaked, refined, and changing those strategies and plans. If you need help with defining a strategy, you need help with getting that team that's going to help you get through this time and maximise your position on it, feel free to call my office, 1300 367 925. I have lawyers, accountants, financial advisors, finance strategists, mortgage brokers, property management nationally, property management from Blink. We have national property management. We have computer software that can help manage what you do as well. We have buyer's agents, we have education business, and we have a building company. We cover end-to-end on investments and strategy. So if you need help on working out your game plan on how you're going to be able to quit the workforce during the GFD, call us, email us, get in contact, and I look forward to being a part of your journey. We'll catch up soon. Have an awesome day.